Hey guys, today we're going to be learning the Erdnase Change. The Erdnase Change is a classic colour change, and it's actually my personal favourite. And I know it must seem like I teach a lot of colour changes on this channel, but I did have a request for this colour change as I used it in my performance on my sandwich effect video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it on screen now and in the description below. Go and check it out. But in the performance of that video, I did use an Erdnase Change to produce one of the jokers. So this is the tutorial for that. This is the performance. As you can see here, you can take a joker and instantly transform it into the Jack of Spades or any card you wish, really. And I love it. It's my favourite colour change. With that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so before we start, let's just look at what's actually happening when you're doing this change. You start with a double lift. We have two cards here, and all that's happening is you're taking the card that's underneath the jack and you're pulling it out with your right hand before sliding it over the top and causing that change to happen. So all in one movement, just looks like that, and that's the Erdnase Change. Okay, so obviously the first step of the effect or change is to do a double lift. We all know how to do that. If you don't, there'll be a link on screen and in the description below to my tutorial on how to do a double lift. Go and watch that. But I expect most of you know how to do a double lift by now. So just do a double lift, and now that'll leave you with two face-up cards on the top of the deck. Now you can do this change with the deck face up, but I prefer to do it with the deck face down and just do a double lift, as it just looks cleaner. So once you've done your double lift, you should have two cards like this, and you can begin to do the change. The first step is to take your right hand and place it over this top card. And what I like to do is I like to have my middle ring and little fingers really close together on the right hand side edge, and then I leave a gap between my index and middle, as you can see. So you can just see where the pip of the card would be. So if it's a face card, you can just see that it says Jack of Spades. Obviously with the joker, you can just see that joker sign thing. But I like to do that just so it just gives the spectator reassurance that the card is still there and it hasn't changed yet. So you're going to put your hand like this, and this is just covering the motion that's actually going on, because underneath what you're going to do is this. So what happens is your left index finger, and you're holding the deck in mechanics grip, sorry I didn't mention that, the left index finger is going to push the entire deck apart from this top card, which is being held in place by your right hand. So it's like this. The top card's held by your right hand. This left index finger here is going to push the entire deck down, and that's going to have the effect, that kind of effect. This is exaggerated, but that's the effect it's going to have. So we'll just cover that once more. Come across with your right hand, leave a gap by the pip, and your left index finger pushes the entire deck down while your right hand keeps that top card in place. And you should see the edge of the pack, the edge of the deck of cards, jut out from the back of the top card. So that's the first step. Okay, so once you're in this position, with the whole deck jutting out from the back of the top card, and your right hand over the top covering all of the cards apart from the pip, like this. The next step is to take this second card and pull it back with the base of your right hand. You pull it all the way back until it just gets over the back edge of the joker, and once it gets over that, you can just push it forward, and that'll cause the change to occur. So when you're doing this, you want to use this part of your palm, the base of your right hand. So I'll just point to it right here. You want to use that bit to contact the Jack of Spades here. So you're going to contact it like this, and you've still got your right hand covering the cards and this gap between your index and middle fingers. Then you're going to pull your entire right hand backwards, and at the same time you want to close that gap between your index and middle, like this. And you pull your right hand all the way back until you feel that second card come out from underneath the former top card. And essentially now you've just got that card in palm. Okay, so you just palm that card. The next step is really easy. All you're going to do is execute the change. So all you're doing is sliding that card you had palmed, you're sliding it onto the top of the deck. So that causes the change to occur. Okay, so we'll just go over that last bit again. So once you've slid the entire deck backwards, apart from the top card, you're going to use the base of your hand here and just pull back that second card until you feel it come into your palm completely. And then you're just going to slide it on top and show the change has happened. Now I'm just going to go over some tips about how to make your Erdnase colour change better. The first thing I'm going to say is when you're sliding the deck backwards to get into this position, a big no-no is to slide the joker forward, the top card forward, like that. There should be no noticeable movement between when you're doing that move to get the pack to jut out. Because if you do this, then it's pretty obvious what you're doing. They might not catch on, but if you just do it so your left index finger pushes the pack back, it just means there's no noticeable movement, so it just makes the change even better. Okay, the second tip I have is experiment with different ways of producing the card. So I like to do it like this, where I take my right index finger, and as soon as I've placed that card on top and the change has happened, I like to just come across top left corner to bottom right corner in this kind of move. I've seen people who like to do a shake with their hand. I don't know, it's up to you what you do. Just make sure what you do is your style and it looks good. Okay, so before the end of the video, we'll just do a quick overview as we always do. You're going to start with a double lift, and then you take your right hand, come across and cover the whole card apart from this pip top left corner, and then you push back with your left index finger so the whole deck's jutting out from the back of this top card. Then take the base of your right hand, you pull out that other card while closing the gap between your index and middle fingers. You feel that card click out from underneath that former top card. You slide it on top and do whatever change you want. And then you can just do another double lift or whatever you want to show the change has happened. And that is the Erdnase change. Okay guys, that's it for this tutorial. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, favourite, comment and subscribe. I know it was another colour change and you're probably sick of colour changes by now, but it was requested, and if you do have your own request of something you'd like me to cover, then just leave it down in the comment section below and I'll try and get back to you. As always, this is Complete Deception, and I'll see you later.